For the ones who get it done.
Kimbo Camper here. Race into Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac and shift into a 2025 Optic, $299 a month.
Approved credit. Courtesy transportation vehicle. Stock number SS201578. Less than 5,000 miles. 24 months. $39.95 down. 10K annual miles. Zero security plus tax tag title fees.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
What's better than going out for seafood? Catching and cooking your own. Listen to the Weekly Fisherman Radio Show hosted by Eric Brandon and Joe Hector. They'll teach you where to get on the fish, teach you how to catch the fish, and give you recipes to cook your catch. Saturday mornings from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on 940 Wins.
Oh, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit. Because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA Miami, WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good. Here's what you need to know on Fox Sports 940 Miami.
With 10 losses in their last 13 games, the Marlins try to salvage one win in their three-game series tonight with St. Louis. The Fish set to send Sandy Alcantara to the hill. Coverage here on Fox Sports 940 Miami begins at 6. The Dolphins held their final team workout of the week this morning prior to tomorrow's joint practice with the Jaguars at their Hard Rock facility. The Fins activated Darren Waller off the PUP list, with the veteran participating in most of the drills. Alec Ingold and linebacker Bo Kamara still in the concussion protocol. Were working on the side with Tyreek Hill catching balls from a machine for the second day. The Gators held their 20th of 20 fall camp practices today. Coach Billy Napier said he continues to be impressed by the team's progress, starting with quarterback DJ Lagway, who's been participating in all offensive sets since Monday. With Lionel Messi's injury status a question mark, in Miami CF battles Tigres tonight in the League's Cup quarterfinal at Chase Stadium. And in tennis, the U.S. Open singles and doubles begins in New York next week. But tonight, the mixed doubles championship will be handed out. The 7 p.m. featured match includes Jessica Pegula and Jack Draper meeting Iga Swiatek and Casper Ruud. I'm Erica Rodriguez, Fox Sports 940 Miami.
From Fox Sports 940, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack. A 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
Well, it's great to have you with us. Nice job, Carlos. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live from Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida, on a 90-degree South Florida summer night. Thank goodness we are inside the air-conditioned comfort in the broadcast booth. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio. It's Fox Sports 940 Miami. Game 127 of 162, and tonight the Marlins will attempt to salvage a game before an off day tomorrow and avoid being swept here at home for the first time since June 4th against the Colorado Rockies. The Marlins, they will look to their former Cy Young Award winner against the team that signed him back in 2013 to light a spark in a group that's in a bit of a Marlins malaise right now. It is game 3, and we are pumped to bring you the series finale between the 63 and 64 St. Louis Cardinals and your now 59 and 67 Miami Marlins. That aforementioned Cy Young Award winner for the Marlins, it's Sandy Alcantara. He will take the ball for Clayton McCullough's crew tonight. Going opposite Andre Pallante, the right-hander who the Marlins saw 3 weeks ago, a ground ball machine. He also tossed 7 shutout against this Marlins team. The big caveat, 5 new bats in the lineup that Pallante did not see 3.5 weeks ago. We will get going at 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Wednesday night with Jack McBone and Kelly Sacco. I'm Steven Strom. We got a wonderful show for you ahead. We're going the distance. And, of course, we thank you for your participation. The lineup for the show, we got an interesting one. We'll hear from Clayton McCullough this afternoon. Augustine Ramirez, who's been a topic of conversation, is back behind the dish. We'll get why from Clayton. Ryan Weathers, who's trying to get back onto the field after suffering a lat injury in Tampa Bay back in June. He threw a live BP. We'll hear from Jack McMullen and Ryan Weathers. We'll get you at the count with Sandy and Pallante. Jack and Kelly will talk headlines. We got a ton to get to. Expo question at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. So let me start here with Augustine Ramirez. And it has been a tough couple of days for Gus behind the dish. The 4 wild pitches on Monday. And then yesterday, the Cardinals scored a run on a strikeout and a pass ball in the 5th. Mason Wynn, he stole second and advanced to third on a throwing error before scoring on a sac fly in the 7th. There's no question, no one's denying that it has been a rough 2 days for Augustine Ramirez. Here was Clayton McCullough on why he decided to pencil in Gus behind the dish after 2 rough starts and also a 4th consecutive time here in 2025.
Oh, by far, this was Sandy's best start of the season. I think going into this series, I had planned to have Augustine catch all of these games, and what has happened didn't deter me from moving off of that, and and speaking with him last night. I think look, to act like it hasn't affected Augustine some and how he's feeling the guy's he's a young person, and it's been a rough couple of nights at work, and checked on him and was like, look, you're just on this wave you're riding right now is just, it's going to get to shore and it'll be okay. There are going to be better days, and just felt like go back out there and let's just keep going, because this is not a play you can't hide from what's ahead. And so I had planned to start him today anyway, and talking to him last night, and let's go back out there and go give it your best shot today, Gus. Don't know what's going to happen, man, but I believe in you, and tonight is tonight. And so let's just move past what has been and go out there and compete tonight and try to help us win.
All right, so that was Marlins manager Clayton McCullough on why he decided to put Augustine back behind the dish. Now, the next question to Clayton from the media, what do you want to see Augustine really hone in on behind the plate?
This is the last couple of days, some of the, the couple of the pass balls, you can go back to that first inning last night. How many balls did he block? One that got away, but he had some really great blocks in that first inning. This for me is as much probably right now, just things start to get in your head as a player. You can't tell me that 2 weeks ago when he's receiving at a very strong rate and playing well, that now he's not as good a player, today. So physically, can we talk, maybe do some things that'll help free him up a little bit in a setup position? Certainly we, entertain and discussing those to put his body in a position, or, angle him some that may just help free him up a little bit, depending on who's pitching and then what pitch type it is. And then the other part is just supporting him. And what, Gus, this is a tough couple of nights. And it's not to say there's not going to be other tough nights that are going to come to either now or down the road. So as a group, we're going to keep supporting Gus, and also understanding that it's much harder for him to go through this right now than any of us. We're not the ones back there, having to deal with this, and especially as a young person. So it's going to take a lot of support on our end and consistency with how we continue to approach this with him, and just problem solve how we can, work from maybe a technical standpoint to, maybe make it a little bit smoother for him.
Strong dialogue right there from Clayton McCullough again on why Augustine Ramirez is behind the dish again tonight after a couple of tough nights on Monday and Tuesday night against the Cardinals. And you just have to love Marlins manager Clayton McCullough having Augustine Ramirez's back and also believing in not only the position but the person and realizing that Augustine Ramirez is an incredible worker. And he did catch Sandy Alcantara in his last start in Boston, which was superb. Sandy went 6 innings, giving up just 1 run. In my opinion, it was the best start of Sandy's season here in 2025. I know he's gotten deeper into games, but just from the specs, everything, just the eye test in front of 38,000, it was an awesome, awesome performance from Sandy, who, again, the battery mate that night, Augustine Ramirez. We'll break. We will stick on the arms here. Ryan Weathers, who is trying to get back. We got about, 36 games left, but Ryan Weathers is working his tail off. He wants to get back onto the field for the Miami Marlins. He threw his first live BP this afternoon. Jack McMullen got a chance to catch up with him. That is next as we get you ready for Game 3 series finale. Marlins, Cardinals, 6:40 first pitch on the Marlins Radio Network.
2-1 pitch. Augustine hits one high in the air, out to left and deep. That is monster bound and gone. That went over the monster and over the El Tiante Hart. Augustine Ramirez with a monster blast. It's homer number 18 on the year. The second homer for the Fish. It's 7-2. Red Sox in the top of the 7th. 1-1. Wagaman drills out to left center field and deep. That is monster bound, and it's gone. Wag attack over the monster. Eric Wagaman smashes a ball. Perfect no more for Crochet. He went 7 up, 7 down on cruise control, but Wagaman caught up to the heater. The 9th home run that Crochet has allowed on the four-seamer this year. 111 miles an hour off the bat, and that opens scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the 3rd.
Pitch that I could hit.
Pitch again. That one past the dive of the third baseman Bregman into left for a base hit. That brings in X, and Liam Hicks waits out Whitlock. He shoots an RBI single the other way, and it's a 1-run game. The tying run in scoring position with 2 men gone at the top of the 8th. It's 3-2 Boston. 0-1 pitch. That one hit well out to right center field. Rafaela on the move. Back to the track. At the wall. And it's gone to tie the game. That ball just kept on carrying. Dane Myers with a leadoff solo shot to right center into the Boston bullpen. Knots this game at 3.
On FanDuel Sports Network, Marlins games, announcers, and more Marlins games. Get on the journey of the Marlins. Stream now.
Very good Wednesday afternoon, or I guess late afternoon, early night. Steven Strom here, Marlins on deck. Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco. Take the Marlins wherever you go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 the top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. Sandy Alcantara will go opposite Andre Palante. Coming into 2025, there were a ton of players that I was excited for to watch, Ryan Weathers being one of them. And Weathers got off to a fast start when he did come off the IL. Remember, he started on the IL after spring training, ended. Weathers 1-1 this season, a 3.28 ERA through 5 starts, 24 2/3 innings pitched. He was placed on the 60-day IL with a left lat strain. It was that funky game that happened in Tampa Bay. Nick Fortes accidentally hit him on the throwdown, and then his velo, Ryan Weathers, was down. Weathers ends up leaving the game. He ends up going on the IL, but he's working his way back through his first live BP today, and Jack McMullen got a chance to chat with Ryan Weathers.
Thank you very much, Steven. Ryan Weathers worked up a sweat, man. It's looking good, but live AB is done. Let's just start with how it went.
No, it went good. Obviously, just trying to get back into it, and it's just hard during live BPs to take kind of the competitive factor out because I'm just building back up to get back into it. But made good adjustments from the first to the second. It's the hardest I've been so far in live BPs. Second inning routinely sitting 95, so that's working its way back. Hopefully we get in games, I'll tick up a couple. So breaking balls look good. Change up, just got to get it in zone, but all the movement profiles are good.
When you account for the in-game tick-up, you say you got up to 95 here in a live BP setting. Are you anticipating like 98, 97, 98 off of that?
I mean, hopefully I'm like at my season's normal, like 95, 96, like regularly, just with the ability to bump it up there towards the end. But no, everything felt great.
Ryan, what's the process of getting back into live BPs? Because I saw you get up, 2-3 times today, so I'm sure you start with a bullpen session. Take me through the process from that first bullpen session as you ramp back up.
I mean, you just, once you get into this scenario, we're trying to treat like a 5-day rotation, so, the sets are the hardest part is just getting back up and getting ready. So for me today, personally, getting back up for the second and being harder in the second, the stuff being sharper, it just shows my body's in a good spot, my arm health's in a good spot. Just took a little gander. We had some little arm angle differences that I think could have potentially caused a little bit of the lat issue. So getting back to my old self, and the metrics have stayed the same. So now my arm path feels a lot smoother, and hopefully that kind of can solve why I've kind of had some weird injuries.
And you say arm angle issues. Is it like a one-off? That start in Tampa was a little bit off, or was it over the course of a couple starts?
I think it was over the course of a couple starts. I went and looked at some data, and it was not as much my arm, but my torso was kind of making my arm creep up. So now I'm getting back down to my normal arm angle, and everything feels really good.
We're chatting with Ryan Weathers now. I want to talk about kind of the process the day after this. So you just got done throwing a live BP. Obviously, you are shape-oriented, and you were looking at the fastball shape, the breaking ball shapes, the changeup as well. How much of it is, okay, the shapes are good? How much of it is, I wake up the next day feeling pretty good?
I mean, honestly, both. That's what I was saying earlier, is the competition part is you want to go get guys out, but our goal today was to get the 2 up 35 and get through it healthy. So obviously tomorrow will be a big indicator of how I feel, how I can bounce back. So yeah, as long as everything feels good, it's just kind of getting back adjusted to my normal routine. So hopefully tomorrow I can go for my run and be normal and get back on the road to pitching back here.
It's been cool seeing you around the clubhouse, man. How much are you itching to just get back onto a big league mound right now?
Oh, for sure. I mean, this year it just sucked kind of how everything went. Start of the year and then the middle of the year, a 2.5 month lat injury to the general public, 2.5 months in the grand scheme of things is not a lot, but when you're talking in baseball terms, it's half a season. So yeah, I mean, I'm just, I'm blessed that the Lord's allowed me to heal properly and heal good. And I've had no issues, have no issues in my elbow, my shoulder. This is probably the best I've felt all year, and I'm excited to be back.
It's high-octane stuff, baby. Ryan Weathers, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Steven?
All right, I'm going to bloviate really quickly. If you look up what a good interview is, listen to that. And a reason why you listen to the answer. So many people want to just check the box on the interview. You don't do that. You ask the question and you listen, because then you learn, you follow up. And what I learned from that was the pitch arm angle for Ryan Weathers. I am not a wizard when it comes to this stuff, but what I will tell you is I went to Baseball Savant and I looked up what Weathers was talking about. In 2024, his arm angle was about 36 degrees. And for my StreamYard audience, you can see it. I wish I can explain it better. But in 2025, it went to 44, a lot more over the top and a lot more torso movement. And I think that's where Ryan Weathers is trying to explain. That's where the lat comes into place. When Weathers left that start in Tampa Bay and the velo was excessively down, you're thinking worst case scenario. But in this case, how about Ryan Weathers doing a little research on his own? This guy's a freak, by the way, to be able to, again, sitting late night thinking about pitching and thinking, man, what went wrong? For him to go on Baseball Savant and figure out the reason why possibly he got some wear and tear is because of his arm angle. I mean, you talk about guys that just understand their body. No one knows your body better than you, but Ryan Weathers takes it to another platform. So that's very interesting to see what kind of adjustment it'll look like if he does get back. Now, that's the next question. Is Ryan Weathers going to come back? Number one, in general, because it's still, we got 37 games left, 36 games left. The next thing is he going to have enough time to ramp up to 4 innings, 5 innings? If he does come back, do you bring him out of the bullpen? So there are a lot of questions attached to that. As a whole, how exciting is this, at least to get back in September, the possibility of Connor Norby, Ryan Weathers, and Griffin Conine? This team needs a shot in the arm right now. There's no question that they haven't played well the last week and a half. But to think about those guys possibly getting back onto this field and putting on that Marlins uniform, it's got to get you giddy. We will break. Sandy Alcantara will go opposite his former team who signed him back in 2013. He'll go opposite Andre Palante, who shut the Marlins down about 3.5 weeks ago. We'll dive deeper into the matchup. 6:40 first pitch. Marlins on deck continues on the Marlins Radio Network.
And gone, and the 3-1 pitch.
Augustine cranks out to left and deep. He didn't miss a stitch of it. Solo blast for Augustine, number 16 on the year. He got 98 over the heart of the plate and 112 on the way out.
All right, here's the 1-2. I got a question for you guys. That's ripped left center field and deep. Grisham going back. It's going. It's gone. Goodbye. Uncle Steve Ramirez has hit his second home run of the game in as many at-bats against his former organization, the Yankees. 2 solo shots. Have the Marlins up 2-0.
Why do these wins feel a little bit different against this team in front of this crowd?
I think it's just the atmosphere, for sure. Fans are making it feel like they're really special games, and I mean, we're playing good teams. These are the wins you need to get if you want to be one of those really good teams, and we feel like we are.
We saw 25 runs total yesterday between these two teams. You caught a shutout tonight. What separates Yuri from the rest?
I mean, I think he's just scratching the surface of what he could do. I think if you ask him, he didn't have his best stuff tonight, and that's just like a testament to how good his stuff is. I mean, he's going to compete like no other, and he's going to battle with what he's got, and I mean, he's got some crazy gifts.
What happened with the pitch comm? I saw you guys going back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know. He couldn't hear it. It wasn't working. It was only working every few pitches, so we had to figure that out. We were going to have to go old school if we couldn't figure it out.
How do you assess where this team is at right now?
I think we're just taking it day by day. I think everyone in that clubhouse knows how good we can be, and I don't think we're putting too much pressure on ourselves. I think we're literally taking it day by day, just preparing for that day and doing whatever we can.
Great win tonight.
Perry, Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This is Clayton McCullough here, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
All right, well, I haven't had to say this in about 2 months. The Marlins are looking to avoid being swept at home for the first time since June 4th. The Colorado Rockies came into the 305 and swept the Marlins. Sandy Alcantara will go opposite Andre Palante, Steven Strom, Kelly Sacco, Jack McMullen. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Wednesday night. Carlos Picari back in the studio hitting the 1s and 2s. Let's start with Andre Palante, 26-year-old right-hander. He'll make his 25th start of 2025, 6-10, a 5.04 ERA, 128 and 2/3 innings pitch, 88 Ks to 44 walks. This guy is a ground ball connoisseur. He took the L on Friday against the Yankees, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 5 innings. But in this case, Palante had his strikeout stuff, 8 punch-outs against the Yankees. It was a season high for him, but it hasn't been a great run for Palante. He has now allowed at least 4 runs on 5 occasions over his last 7 starts. Now, one of the really good starts that came for Palante was against this Marlins team. Faced him back on July 28th, 7 shutout, 1 hit over 81 pitches. Here was Cardinals manager Ali Marmol on that performance against the Marlins.
Really nice job with just quick outs. He was very efficient, also got some very defensive swings. A lot of soft contact. To be able to go 7, I feel like he navigated that lineup extremely well. He matched up with them well. Just a mix of outs. Their attempt to not be on the ground at times, but it was still not a whole lot of barrels. I mean, he did just a nice job of navigating that lineup. I felt like there's more conviction behind what he was doing. Didn't land the slider nearly as much as he did his last outing or the curveball, but still figured out a way to get out. But I did like the overall determination, like what he brought to the table today. Even in between going out there, like there's a different look to what he was doing.
All right, that was Ali Marmol, the manager of the St. Louis Cardinals. It was interesting, you know, he felt like the Marlins, and this is a big thing about Palante. I mean, he's got a 59% ground ball rate, which is through the roof for MLB average, and you almost don't want to focus too much on doing that offensively because then you compensate your approach and you compensate some of your swings, and I guess that's what happened a couple weeks ago because it was efficient for Andre Palante, just 81 pitches, again, 7 shutout, 1 hit. against the Marlins back on July 28th. Sandy Alcantara, he will go opposite Palante, 29-year-old right-hander. He'll make his 25th start of the season. He's 6-11 with a 6.31 ERA, 127 innings pitched this season, 97 punch-outs to 48 free passes. Sandy did come away with a no decision last Friday in Boston, but he was spectacular. He allowed 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk over 6 frames, 7 punch-outs, the most since the middle of May for Sandy. It was his 6th quality start of the season, and he did face the Cardinals back on July 29th. He earned the win, 5 shutout, and to take a trip down memory lane, there was a lot of emotions for Sandy because 2 days prior or 2 days after the 29th was the trade deadline, so a lot of questions were, is this your last start with the Marlins? How do you feel? And all that didn't mean a thing because he's here and he's starting tonight. Andre Palante and Sandy Alcantara. They will feature our matchup on the mound on this Wednesday night. We've got a ton to talk to. Anthony Bender, he's out for the season. Xavier Edwards is chasing a batting title. Augustine Ramirez back behind the dish tonight. We'll discuss with Kelly Sacco and Jack McMullen next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Ball games. 2-1 pitch. Augustine hits one high in the air, out to left and deep. That is monster bound and gone. That went over the monster and over the El Tiante Hart. Augustine Ramirez with a monster blast. It's homer number 18 on the year. The second homer for the Fish. It's 7-2. Red Sox in the top of the 7th. 1-1. Wagaman drills out to left center field and deep. That is monster bound, and it's gone. Wag attack over the monster. Eric Wagaman smashes a ball. Perfect no more for Crochet. He went 7 up, 7 down on cruise control, but Wagaman caught up to the heater. The 9th home run that Crochet has allowed on the four-seamer this year, 111 miles an hour off the bat, and that opens scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the 3rd.
Pitch that I can hit.
Pitch again. That one past the dive of the third baseman. Bregman into left for a base hit. That brings in X, and Liam Hicks waits out Whitlock. He shoots an RBI single the other way, and it's a 1-run game. The tying run in scoring position with 2 men gone at the top of the 8th. It's 3-2 Boston. 0-1 pitch. That one hit well out to right center field. Rafaela on the move. Back to the track. At the wall. And it's gone to tie the game. That ball just kept on carrying. Dane Myers with a leadoff solo shot to right center into the Boston bullpen. Knots this game at 3. Anthony Bender is readying the Marlins bench. Marcy drills the ball out to right. Down the line, towards Pesky's pole, and
Velocidades se reducen después del uso de 30 gigabits por línea. Los límites de datos y los ahorros reales varían.
Rocking and rolling here on the Marlins Radio Network on this Wednesday night from Lone Depot Park. Marlins will wrap up this series, an off day tomorrow, and then welcome in the Toronto Blue Jays over the weekend. Sandy Alcantara will go opposite Andre Palante tonight. Marlins looking to avoid being swept at the hands of the St. Louis Cardinals. Hello, everyone. Steven Strom, Kelly Sacco, and Jack McMullen join me now. And, Jack, let's start with Palante because this is a guy that we saw back on July 28th, but it's a different lineup. He'll face 5 new Marlins. And I pose this question to you because we talked about it with Edward Cabrera. You feel like the offense has the advantage against a pitcher when you see him twice. Where do you stand now when you look at the Marlins lineup and Palante's never faced Jacob Marcy, Joey Weimer, Troy Johnson, Javier Sanoja, and Maximo Acosta?
Yeah, so to be honest, like I kind of start this thing from scratch, and I still think advantage offense because you already have 7 innings of success, like in your back pocket on him, right? He went 7 scoreless, so clearly he was doing something right. And I guarantee you, he, Ali Marmol, Dusty Blake, the pitching coach, are saying, you know what? That was really good. Why don't we just do it again?
You sure?
And that is my thought. Like, okay, you go into those hitters meetings, you have that film, you say, here's how he attacked you and you and you, and there are 4 holdovers. I would be curious to see if those guys make corrections there.
Well, I'm curious to see how Clayton McCullough is going to attack these late inning games for the Marlins now. Kelly, Anthony Bender, I guess, was feeling this for 6 weeks.
That's crazy, isn't it?
He is out for the season. What a year for Bender. The 30-year-old right-hander posted a 2.16 ERA over 50 innings, 52 Ks in 51 games. The Marlins are going to miss him. What's next, do you think, in the bullpen, and just your thoughts on Bender's season?
Well, just Bender has put together exactly the season that they were hoping for from him. Really, when you looked at what he was able to do in years past, he was and I just laughed thinking, but this is the veteran of the group. I just laughed thinking him coming into media day. And we talked about it yesterday. It's just like, how am I the oldest guy on this team? It was so funny, but he really did lead that bullpen by example. And he was just the leader and the veteran in that group too. And so many of the guys just talked about how special that group is. And it's not like it's going to change because Bender's gone, but he did play a really big role in it. And a guy who just really got it done when he was on the mound and went about his business the right way. As for the rest of the guys and how Clayton's going to manage moving forward, I think it's just going to be back to kind of what we've seen all year. It's going to be about the pockets and just trying to put the guys in the best situations to win. So, hey, okay, this matchup looks best for you guys in this pocket. If we get to that, that's who's going to be there. So, again, it's always a next man up mentality when it comes to injuries. And it's not just the Marlins who go through this, right? It's everyone across the league. Clayton said it a couple of days ago. No one's going to feel sorry for you because a couple of your best guys end up on the IL, whether it's the Stowers or the Pauly, who was playing fantastic over the last few weeks, or, Anthony Bender, one of your best arms out of the bullpen. It's just, hey, now it's someone else's turn to show what they can do and see if they're going to take advantage of the opportunity.
That's Kelly Sacco. That's Jack McMullen. I'm Steven Strom. I want to pose this question really quick. I need like 15 to 20-second answers on Augustin Ramirez starting again. But I do want to wrap because I want to give the audience at least a chance to understand. Anthony Bender had a right tibial stress reaction for the last 6 weeks. I just wanted to get that name out there. But just curious, you guys are going to talk about this. This has been the story tonight. Augustin Ramirez will catch for the 4th consecutive time. He's never done that here in 2025. It's been a rough 2 days, but just your guys' reaction to this.
I'll go first. Yeah, just get right back on the horse. Excited to see what Augustin can do today going into the off day tomorrow. I honestly understand both sides. If you wanted to give him the day off and say, you know what, let's scrub it. Here's 48 hours. Just chill, man. It's like you're getting the final 3 minutes before halftime, on the bench. If you're Kevin Durant, you're 0 for 12. So for me, it's like I'm okay with either side, and I like the idea of we love you. We think you're awesome. Get back on the horse. Kelly?
Per that side, that's what they're doing with Otto Lopez, right? He's getting the day off. They're giving him a couple days. It's been a rough go for him. He's been starting at shortstop practically every single day since they made the move with X. So that's that side that you're seeing with the Otto. And for Augustine, he's a competitor. I doubt that he's a guy who said, no, I don't want to be in there. He probably wants to go in there and say, no, I need to prove that I've been okay there to start the season, which is what he was. He was okay there to start the season, and it's really just hit like a rough patch. So a competitor who's going to be back out there, and we'll get into this during the game, but he did really good with Sandy last time out. So
I was just going to mention that. I hope we see a carbon copy of what we saw in Boston. Sandy Alcantara went 6 innings of 1-run ball. His battery mate, Augustin Ramirez. Jack and Kelly have your call in 11 minutes. We'll break Expo questions, Steve's guarantee, and then we'll play some baseball right here on the Marlins Radio Network.
You needed some more production, and then you turned it into guys who are going to be now producing when you need them to.
1-0 pitch. Augustine lines into right field. That's in on a hop for a base hit. X rounding third. He's coming home. White's throw going to the plate. A little bit offline and just a touch late. And X comes in to score, standing up from second. With 2 men gone, it's an RBI single for Augustin Ramirez, and the Marlins on the board again. It's 6-2 in the top of the 4th. Opposite of Texas's concern with him. They thought that he was going to be in an insane amount of pain.
Yeah.
Pitch to X. That one stung. Past the dive of the second baseman. Albies into right center for a base hit. Myers will score from second base, no problem. And Xavier Edwards got to 300 last AB. This time he pushes to 301.
Afternoon, getaway day at 1:35. Jen Powell calls balls and strikes.
3-1. That one sprayed into left field, down the line. Long run for Profar. He's still moving. That drops in. It's a fair ball. Hernandez was drifting towards third. Now he gets the run around home, and the throw coming home is late. That was a line hunter. Profar is explaining to the third base umpire, Chris Guccione, that he thought it bounced to the right of the chalk, or the left of the chalk, I should say. Yesterday has hit the skids a bit over his last few games. And the 1-2, that one cracked into right center. That is in for a base hit. That's going to keep on rolling for a while. Marcy around third. He comes in to score, and that's Major League RBI number 2 on hit number 3 from Troy Johnston. Stretching Cappy maybe 10 pitches further than you would if you were on 4. 0-1. Hernandez lifts that one high in the air, out to left and deep. Profar is back at the track. It is gone. Into the Marlins bullpen. Big Bird again. His
50-0647 today. For license information, visit adt.com.
Tying a bow here on the Marlins On Deck pregame show. Fox Sports 940 Miami. Carlos McCary back in the studio hitting the 1s and 2s. Big shout out to him. Steven Strom here. Jack McMullen, Kelly Sacco. Good segment and good program today. Good program because we heard from Clayton McCullough on Augustine Ramirez. A couple of rough nights for Augustine behind the dish, but wait until you hear Steve's guarantee in a couple seconds. Ryan Weathers, first live BP for him as he works his way back from a left lat strain. Hopefully we'll see Weathers and the timeline progress and potentially see him out here on this field for the Marlins in any capacity, whether that's a starter role, whether that's out of the bullpen. I don't care. I just love to watch the southpaw Ryan Weathers throw. Let's get to our Expo question today, and it is Sandy Alcantara. At what age was Sandy Alcantara signed by the Cardinals back in 2013? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. Carlos, it is time for Steve's guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up.
Let's play some ball.
First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's guarantees.
Sometimes life has a funny way of giving you good karma and bad karma, and Augustine Ramirez is due tonight. I think he hits a home run against Andre Palante, and I think all of a sudden the narrative starts to change. Okay, fine. You know what? The guy hits. Okay, fine. That's good. Augustine Ramirez hits a home run tonight. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. Kelly Sacco, she's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball, it is next on the Marlins Radio Network.